and gentlemen, and all the panelists here, and thank you for having us. Before I start, and this has been truly entertaining because the fact that we're hosting a lot of restaurateurs, we now also understand their problems. So as developers, this is a very interesting meeting to be a part of, and we would love to host. But before we start, I would like to show you guys a video of our development. Thank you. Well, how many of y'all think of Bhiwandi as a warehouse location? Please raise your hands. Almost 60 to 70%. How many of you refrain from going to Bhiwandi or Nasik because of the traffic due to the trucks? Please raise your hands. Well, these two problems will most likely get solved in the next 3 months. For some of you all who don't know, India is building Samruddhi Expressway. And from Viviana Mall, which is based out of Thane, within 12 kilometers, you will be in our location at Bhumi World. We are pioneers of the industrial estate sector in Bhiwandi, with over 2,500 units. With a lot of hospitality we've already hosted in the past. Right on the highway, we're building the first ever factory outlet mall with over 120 brands, including 60 plus F&B locations specifically for restaurateurs, food trucks, drive-thrus with McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, and all of this in 12.5 acres. Now that a lot of hands came up, we know where Bhiwandi is. So from Thane, literally on the Samruddhi Expressway on your left-hand side, you will find us. A quick understanding. So myself, Murtuza Kutyanawala, I'm the Director of Hospitality and Events at Bhumi World. We look into hosting close to 60 plus brands, but along with me, our promoters, Mr. Sandeep Patel, Prakash Patel, and Nanji Patel, the pioneers of the industrial sector now, want to enter the D2C market by creating the first ever factory outlet mall in Dubai, in Las Vegas, in a couple of other locations. There is an outlet mall concept, which means brands run 365 days where you get very high-end brands but almost at a 60 to 70% discount. We are creating a destination where we will be hosting these brands like Collective, Mango, Adidas, Skechers, from a factory outlet concept into an outlet mall concept, but far premium, almost like an international standard. So we have already created a couple of projects in the past. We've created the Gebi Business Park. We've created 2,500 industrial units at Bhumi World. We also have Alliance Heritage that we've done a joint venture with, and a lot more projects that are coming up. So if you look at the entire 400 acres, how many of us knew Powai probably 50 years back until Hiranandani decided to do something with it? Well, our aim is to create Bhiwandi as a destination, which currently is predominantly marketed as one of the highways where a lot of dhabas are there. Not a single QSR has actually showed up in that location. We're bringing Dubai's Top Golf which is one of the biggest destinations in most people's itinerary when they land up going to. We've already signed it and they will be launching in 2025. We're building one-of-a-kind go-karting experience. The mall that I have already told you about, which is spread across 12.5 acres. We're also going to be getting the first most economical exhibition center, second-hand car market, and a lot more with a sports complex within Bhiwandi. And in this catchment area, we have big developers like Godrej, Hiranandani, Aryant, Lodha, and a lot more who have already invested in this location and sold more than 10,000 flats. So there is a very, very good catchment that hoteliers and restaurateurs can cater to. So a couple of things that I'd like to point out before I take more time. We have close to 60 plus locations in which we've got sky lounges, we've got 20 food trucks, we've got a drive-through that has already been designated to McDonald's, KFC and Burger King. We have cafes like Starbucks, and we have a lot more locations for experiential restaurants and hoteliers who would like to use that as a location, specifically knowing that Samruddhi Expressway is coming up. Do you remember how the food court of the Pune Expressway was and what it is today? That's what we are looking at with Bhumi World. So from pizzas to thalis to the best Maharashtrian food and the best misal that you can think of. If we can create a universe where all of us, and especially Ahar, can support us in bringing the best experience to our customers on this Samruddhi Expressway, not just for the truck owners, but for people like us who get stuck in traffic, it would be one-of-a-kind destination for everybody. So this is our entire project in a nutshell. What you see in front of you is the entire mall location spread across 1 lakh square feet. It's a 3-storied building which will have close to a food court and about 8 kiosks of about 8 units and 15 food court units. We have 700 car parking, which is a surface parking. For 700 cars, there's not a single place in the entire Bhiwandi Samruddhi Expressway to go and even go to the bathroom. This is going to be more than just that. Of course, the 3 drive-thrus already mentioned. We've got 3 garden restaurants. We've got a specific building just for restaurants. It's called the Food Avenue building, which is right behind the mall, which is pointed out about 12 local and global brands can be a part of it. And in 2026, we are launching the luxury segment, in which we are also bringing in brands like Gucci, Prada and a lot more. So this is going to redefine Bhiwandi in a very, very substantial way. In this mall, 40% will be dedicated to food, which is probably one of the highest. So in Maharashtra, if you ever wanted to engage with over 60 plus brands and 68 outlets, there is no location in a single 10-acre land that exists. So high on F&B and going to be the biggest in Maharashtra. Next. So a couple of brands that you already see in front of your screen. All I can say is that if you travel from South Bombay and you would like to probably do a shopping of 10,000 rupees, if you come to this mall, you will end up saving 5,000 and going back. And this will mean you will engage with 120 plus brands, not just 2 or 3 brands of factory outlets that are there at HoReCa. So loads and loads and a bouquet of brands in front of you to decide from. Just showing you a couple of brands that you can see so that you get an understanding of the brands we have already closed and we have already engaged with. Next. That's the food court. We have 15 units and 3 restaurants that we're looking to engage with. Next. The design that you see on screen is that of the Food Avenue building, where we would be having about 12 restaurants, building a premium restaurant location, and we would like to have all kinds of Indian cuisines there where people can come Whether it is based out of Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, it doesn't matter. But the best cuisines that we can offer. So these are again more brands that we are engaging with. I would like to wrap up this presentation lastly and just have one last word on this, that this is the best time to jump in, where today you are not getting a location in Powai for XYZ reasons because there isn't any more real estate. But today you have the opportunity to enter Bhiwandi at its early phase. So get your first movers advantage and engage with Bhumi World, and we'd be happy to host you. Thank you.